When I was searching for content, I saw a news about GeoGames Cloud, and when I heard that it was launched, I was like,
Wow, I must try this.
so what is GeoGames? It's not just an app with a bunch of games, but it is like the Indian version of Google Stadia. And for those who don't know what is Stadia, well, it's basically a cloud gaming service which lets you to play games without having crazy hardware. Now, recently in India, Jio announced its entry of Jio Games Cloud Service, which is basically a cloud gaming service. And what makes it stand out from Google Stadia and other cloud gaming service is the fact that it is completely free. You don't need to pay any subscription for that, and also it has a bunch of games that you can right now try. So the reason why Google Stadia was a failure because it had charged its users subscription fees, and the second thing, you have to own a game to play inside it. And because of this, it was an expensive affair. And as a result, many people didn't subscribe to Google Stadia or didn't actually buy Google Stadia games. But what made Jio Games Cloud stand out and what made me try is the fact that it is completely free and there are a lot of games that you can try right now. The only thing that you need is internet, which is very cheap in India, and I'm sure most of you who are watching this video will have at least some internet to spare to play some games, right? The moment I heard that this service is launched in India, I quickly went on to Play Store to download the Jio Games app. But this error showed up. Your device wasn't eligible to download this application. I was quite shocked because I had the Pixel 7 Pro and it is considered to be one of the good phones in the market, but it turned out to be that the app doesn't support on this phone. I decided to sideload the application, and after I sideloaded, I used my Jio number to sign in, verified with the OTP, and this is the home screen of the Jio Games Cloud app. It looks interesting. I thought the UI will be very bad and janky because it's Jio Cinemas, but it turned out to be really well. It had a lot of options like games. You can also join in tournaments because Jio Games was basically an application through which you can join different tournaments conducted by Jio. But right now, after the introduction of Jio Games Cloud, this application can be used to play games via cloud without having any crazy hardware like a PC or a console. But the one problem with this application is that it is not available for iOS. Well, the Jio Games application is available for iOS though, but the feature to play games via cloud is not available on iOS. So if you want to try out this service, you have to have an Android phone or else you can try the web app. But yeah, let me show you how you can play games via cloud using an Android smartphone. So there will be a small option called as cloud. So if you tap on that, it will ask you to fill in some details to sign up as a beta tester, because you have to be a beta tester to try out different games via the cloud service because it is in beta. So if you see the bunch of games that's available right now, there are not a lot of options because most of the games might not be very popular. The one popular game that I recognized out of the bat was Saints Row and the collection of Saints Row. Apart from that, there are a few more other games which I didn't really recognize. I didn't see them anywhere in the PC market or the console market. It might be known to some of you, but the only game that I recognized was Saints Row. So I decided to play that. So once you tap on play, your screen will be rotated and the on-screen controls will start appearing. And once the menu of the game comes, you can start selecting using the on-screen controls. So far, my experience with the Jio Games Cloud application, to be honest, is quite better than most of the other alternates that's available. See, the one and only problem that Google Stadia had was the latency issues and the connection issues. And apart from that, it also had the problem of paying subscription fee and also owning the game, which makes the service stupid. So because of all these facts, Google had to shut down its Stadia service. It will be shutting down by January, hopefully. But I was quite impressed with the Jio Games Cloud as it was a really good and pleasant experience. Yes, there were a few problems which I am going to talk about right now. So the first and foremost problem is bugs. I know the Jio Games Cloud feature is in its beta stage, but the first bug that I noticed was signing in trouble. So when I tried to log in on my PC using the web app, it didn't allow me to sign in even after entering the OTP because there was some problem with the CAPTCHA system in the web app. But when I tried it on my Android phone, it logged in, but sometimes it didn't let me to play any games just because it was not able to connect to the server. So apart from that, the on-screen controls is very janky as of right now. It won't work as intended. So I would recommend you to pick up a gamepad to play games in the application. Apart from that, there were a few bugs here and there, but yeah, this is the first and foremost thing. And the second thing is the connection and screen tearing issue. I do agree that it is in its beta stage, but there were a lot of instances where I noticed a lot of screen tearing. I mean, the latency is quite good. It is good as expected, but the problem was screen tearing. I mean, the content was not properly streaming well, and as a result, the picture quality was a bit poor. And I tried to check how much data was this application consuming, and it was very less, surprisingly, because usually a cloud gaming application application will consume a lot of data as it's continuously streaming content from a server. But surprisingly, this particular application was not consuming a lot of data, which I think is the problem why we are getting a lot of screen tear issues and low picture quality issues. So Jio has to optimize the way content is being streamed or the way the game is being streamed using the application, and if that happens, I think the picture quality will be improved a lot. Now the third problem is the availability of games. I do agree, yes, it is in its beta stage and that's why there's only a few games that you can try right now. But to really grab the attention of people, you have to have popular options like FIFA or a GTA game. Like having games that are not so popular will not attract a lot of audience. I hope when Jio launches this feature publicly to many more people, there will be a lot of options like FIFA games, GTA games, and games that's generally popular in the market. So if there are a lot of options, there are a lot of popular options, then I think it will attract a lot of people because this service has a lot of potential as it's completely free right now. These were the few problems right out of the bat when I tried the Jio Games Cloud feature. But apart from that, to be honest, my experience with Jio Games Cloud was really well. I mean, there was not any latency issues which I expected to be there. So I tried to connect my controller. Yes, that's a great thing. Controller support is there on Jio Games Cloud. I played a racing game called as Grip using my controller and it worked really well. Surprisingly, the latency was very less, which I didn't expect at all because I've tried a lot of other cloud gaming services. And to be honest, it is better than most of them. So kudos to Jio. And secondly, I also tried playing games using mobile internet. Yes, it is not a good idea, but I did to check how it was. And to be honest, it managed to stream games well. Yes, you can see right now it is able to stream games well and not in a very bad quality. Of course, the place I'm there has a decent connectivity. I mean, I'm getting around 20 to 30 Mbps on my Jio mobile data, and even with that, it is able to stream games, which is impressive. I mean, if this thing goes big and public, I think it will attract a lot of people, and that's why I decided to make a video because the idea of cloud gaming is really good, but the fact that it was a failure is because of the way these brands charge for the subscription. And also they recommend you to have the game owned by you, which is totally stupid. So yeah, what do you guys think about this service? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, if you feel this video was useful and interesting, then share this video with all of your friends. Drop a like to this video because it helps in engagement and taking this video to many more people. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we post a lot of tech content daily. So if you don't want to miss on that, also press the bell icon so that you get all the notifications of our upcoming videos. So this is me, Arnav, signing off. Talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.